It's April 2nd. Me from the future here. This footage is also from April 3rd. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, and it's rainy, which is nice because it means spring is coming, but it's still 50 degrees and rainy, which is like the sad kind of rain, but I guess it'll do. It's like we're in this eternal phase of being drizzly outside. It's like it's London, but it isn't. It's Kansas. So today, I'm going to tell the story of how I became a part of the Harry Potter fandom. Now, I first read the books when the movie came out. Because in my family, there was a rule that if a movie came out that was based on a book, you had to read the book before you saw the movie. And it came out when I was in 2nd grade. So I read the first 3 or 4 Harry Potter books as a very young child. So obviously I didn't even know that there was some sort of fandom behind this whole thing. But apparently there is. Still super London-esque today though. Supposed to be like up to 70, and I don't understand how that's supposed to happen because it's very gray skies and possibility of thunderstorms. But you know, Kansas can do whatever it wants, right? So here we go. It's not exactly a passing period yet, so it isn't too crowded, but it'll be still funny to look at reactions to this. First, I got in when, after the last book came out, and I got my first iPod, and I was just like kind of looking on iTunes, Googled Kansas, and Pottercast came up, and it was super awesome. And so I just really got into that. My brother kept deleting the podcast out of iTunes. Thought I was weird and a nerd, which of course I was. That's perfectly okay. After that, it was YouTube, and then like getting onto Twitter and making Harry Potter friends on Twitter, and that was cool. People made Looking for Nargles, which was a pretty cool collab channel. Then after that led to Tumblr and Doctor Who and everything BBC. So it was pretty fun. Tear group. But yeah, there's like a little short abridged version of how I came to be on the internet. And here I am talking to a camera, walking to class, and getting weird looks. It's so much. My goodness, I didn't realize how shaky my camera is when I'm walking and vlogging at the same time. But sadly, that's like the only time I have, is when I'm going to class and coming back from class. Just think it's kind of weird how Harry Potter's been such a big part of my life. It's been like 8 years, and I covered the entire 8 years in like a 3-minute thing. Only stuff I could think about was like Star Kid Potter. That was super crazy big. That was 5 years ago. Wizard Rock's another big thing, but in light of recent events, I was going to save that for another video, and also like mix together some of my footage from the Howls and Horcruxes balls with that. But yeah, seems to be pretty good so far. So it was sunny earlier, just a little bit. It was starting to get kind of really humid, but now it's super cloudy and misting again. I really think Kansas is trying to be like London recently. I mean, why not? UK sounds like an awesome. So recently, for whatever reason, I'm trying to remember why exactly I've gotten back into the Harry Potter fandom. Maybe it was going to H&H Ball, but now I'm re-listening to all the Pottercasts. And oh my gosh, I started from when they went on tour and their tour stopped in Wichita, which is how I figured out about Pottercast, like the first one I ever listened to. And now, just listened to where they interviewed J.K. Rowling, and it's so crazy to think, I don't know, never really had an experience up close with anyone in the fandom. And like, listening to these people just talking to the author of this amazing book series, it's so popular. I'm like, that could technically be me. If I was like super into the fandom early on, like, I could be the Scooby Fuzz. That would be. So it's just crazy. If I was in the fandom before the last book came out, like trying to think of what I would have thought, because I just read the books and that was it. I wasn't really like super into theorizing if Snape was good or bad, or if Harry was gonna die, or the Horcruxes, or Dumbledore, or any of that stuff. I just read the book, enjoyed it, and then moved on to another book. So it's just so exciting to think that there were people who were that engrossed into the books. It's kind of like how we are right now, like with Doctor Who and stuff. or other book series, waiting for things to come out, Game Through Eyes, being all super fandom-y. Right now for podcast, I'm at the park at the end of 2007 when they're talking about all the cons that are going to be in 2008. And I really want to go to a con so bad. WikiCon or VidCon, like either of them would be awesome. That's so much money and air travel and convincing my parents, even though because I wouldn't have to convince them. I'm gonna be 20 this summer, that's weird. But cons would be such an amazing experience. Surrounded by nerds, just freaking out, squeaking, geeking out all the time. Gosh, I'm gonna go to con someday. Someday I will go to a con. It'll be the most amazing thing ever.
Also found out that this camera cuts off the ends of sentences.